Yeah.
Say hello. Noah, say it. Alright.
I'm going to fucking lose it.
Shit ain't nothing to me, man. I'll kill you. Yeah, I like how it's just like someone's grandpa. Like it's just it's like so like
I
don't
need to
know.
see a shrink after that.
I'll take $500, thank you.
Cut to Aaron in a straitjacket reciting Dracula flow like verse by verse, like bar for bar to the therapist, like screaming the lines. Like
Meanwhile, I'm just sitting there with a clipboard, and it looks like I'm constantly writing on it, but you just turn, and it just says Aaron has lost his shit.
You're drawing like little smiley faces and like a tree, and you're just like smoking symbiotes.
It's just my prescription surrounded by hearts and butterflies. And
no, faces. it's just the name of your prescription, but it's all off kilter. And it's all off kilter, and it's just be carried by bricks, like just a bunch of little brickses.
It's just the smiley faces and the hearts and all that, but it's just recommendation euthanasia.
God damn it! All right, well this is already derailed to shit.
Anyways, you want to give the recap again?
Sure. So last time we finally got away from we fully got away from the goblins as far as we could tell, and we just kind of started wandering. Well, not really wandering. We were going in a set direction because we knew that's roughly where the goblins weren't. We eventually came across a cabin with 2 dead people and a old woman crying. Pupe tried to put said old woman to sleep. Didn't work. Should have been a red flag. Did not hit in either of our heads except for Pupe's. She said that the huntsman, which was a creature running around in the area, is what killed them. Told us where to find it. We went there. Come to find out, which we kind of half guessed, was the old woman was the huntsman. Came up, ambushed us, nearly fucking one-shot all of us. We barely got out alive. I come to find out that Thunderstep is a useless spell. And
you're welcome.
And we ran for fucking lives, eventually finding a large river, and on the other side an encampment of the best and the brightest of the Adventurers Guild camped out on the other side. And Brix looks like a eldritch horror with his entire middle section invisible, his face made of plastic, and his head has a slow spell cast on it, so nothing matches up.
Weird fucking dog.
so 2 things.
What the dog doing?
I clicked the curse video, mistake. Secondly,
true.
You know what? At least you aren't actually an eldritch horror like Pupe.
I mean, to be fair, as we said last time, Brix is a blight upon the earth, so he might as well be an eldritch being.
You will be once your character dies off. They'll tell stories about your tales.
Bro.
Oh, also, quick fun fact. I'm...
What the fuck?
Hell?
God damn it.
That's my... Yeah, that's... Sorry about that.
Soundboard? Or what?
No, that's the sound I make when I join rooms. It's like automatic.
Ah.
Oh.
Yep. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Anyways, before you go off, Adam, I did in fact find out that Vortex Warp cannot target yourself. But I'm too lazy to wreck on it, so...
Well, it was like, if that's the case, I'm dead.
God, literally all of our movement spells to get us out of sticky situations are fucking useless.
Except for mine. But mine aren't spells. Mine are just my legs.
Yours is the fact that you can dash, disengage, and hide as a bonus action while also still doing the same shit as an action.
Yep.
Yep.
So if I double hide, do I just basically have advantage at that point? Because I roll and then hide as an action and roll again.
Oh,
No.
Eh?
nope.
All right.
Yeah. So that's pretty much where we're at. Bricks is currently face down in the river.
Yeah. So, last you all found the Pride division of the Adventurers Guild encamped across this river, and beyond it, you can see the walls of a large city that seems to tower over the forest itself.
Yep.
So, I guess my only real question is, what all do you want to do?
Yeah, the Pride division of the Adventurers Guild. They are the pride of not that kind of pride, but close enough.
It's that kind of pride.
It's the
Let's be
sinful
real.
pride.
It's
That doesn't
both.
help
It's
either, though.
both. No,
It
it's
doesn't help
both.
either way.
Well, yeah, sinful pride. Listen,
Yes.
I mean, yeah. I
But
would like to rage.
yeah. So
I would like to rage.
Sorry. I would like to. I'm not even playing a barbarian.
but you can still rage. Yeah. So
Rage is eternal.
I guess we're heading towards them because it's kind of one of those. We got devils behind us and devils in front. So which do you go for? I think the one that is less likely to kill us on sight.
You and Minthro have devils in front of you. I have never met these people. At least not.
And
this
honestly, even Mint doesn't even really have. It's not even really Mint either. It's mostly just bricks.
To be fair, Pupe has probably met these people, but before they were like a large organization. It
But
depends on how long they've been a large organization.
yeah, so at least Bricks is gonna like make his way across the water.
Yeah. Same,
Okay.
honestly.
This is a fairly wide river, but traversing it is no problem for Bricks. The nearest bridge you can't quite see, but you do see on the other side some soldiers starting to take notice and point.
At us?
Yeah.
I will say, as Bricks is like crossing the river, his hands are up, just kind of like in that universal of, I'm not trying to be hostile.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The not
I don't
trying
know.
to be.
I don't know about that. Do you want to roll a persuasion check about that one? You do look pretty horrifying.
True.
And also, you have wanted posters that they've more than likely seen.
14.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Adam. I guess you weren't here for that. So yeah, Bricks and Minthro technically have wanted posters for themselves.
Well, no, not Mint.
What?
Bricks does for sure.
Bricks, Alwyn, and whatever Kiwi's character was, can't remember the name.
Yeah.
They have wanted posters.
Yeah. And also, but Mint was there when Alwyn tried to kill a big guy, like a head honcho in the guild.
No, Mint was there whenever we went when we went through hell. Like when we first
Yeah, my first
entered hell.
combat was Nightmare, then the whole Minotaur cave, and then we went to hell.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, because Alwyn ran to you guys while being chased by them and left with you guys.
No, that was like 2 days later. They followed you. Like they found out where you are, followed you, and then they went to ambush us as we went into hell.
Was Mint not there for the ambush?
Mint was
She
there
was.
for the ambush, but not
Yeah, exactly.
but not when it but that could have been,
Oh,
They're
I remember what he's.
yeah, they're less likely to consider Mint like a full-on ally in that case, because it could have just been something else. And they don't even know if Mint's actually alive. For all they know, it's just an automaton you bought.
That's fair.
So,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. So you approach the opposite side of the riverbed.
Yep.
And as you get closer, you see some bear spears, while another two actually come bearing towels. And this one guard, he looks youngish, stubble on his face, dark hair, and he looks to you and says, "Halt! Who are you? And why are you here?"
He's just gonna start doing like hand signs at them.
Brix just holds up his hands, just like, my name is Brix. I just escaped from the goblins.
Oh, fuck! I think
Huh?
he trains the spear on you first.
Me?
Yeah.
Fair.
My name is Brix, says the man with a wanted poster that the entire guild knows about.
To
Brix
be
is not
fair,
thinking.
He doesn't really look
I
like,
like to-
Brix right
True.
now.
Yeah, but he says
I
my
would
name is
love-
Brix.
Well, they might not know my name.
That's fair.
My name is Inigo Montoya.
Oh, a what,
No.
Montoya?
I love.
Inigo.
Okay.
I love the idea that like the
Indigo.
guard like Brix says his name and he's like, "Oh, I'm Brix," and then like the guard like turns around and on the tree behind him is the wanted poster. And he like looks between like the poster and Brix, and then the poster and then Brix. Hey, like,
Wait
Wait
a
a
second.
second.
Yeah.
No, there's,
wait a minute.
but yes, no, he trains his spear upon you and says, refugees, yes, I. All right. Well, if that's the case, we'll probably be talking to you for our advance tomorrow. Could we happen to? We'll feed you. We'll do you a kind, and if you provide effective information, you'll be on your way.
I'll provide you as much information as I can, but can you please get that spearhead out of my face?
Oh, yeah, and he like kind of fumbles it back. He looks very young, kind of inexperienced.
I know I look scary. I understand that, but I do have an aversion to blades.
I think the main problem is that you can speak.
Yeah.
The fact that you can speak and your mouth doesn't match up is horrifying.
Well, my face is made of plastic.
what?
The mouth doesn't match up, and my middle section is gone.
Yeah. You kind of seem like you could possibly be an undead right now.
True.
Yeah, you quickly kind of become the marvel of all the guards that kind of surround you with towels, and you are handed one immediately. I think as you kind of are not looking, one of the guards is looking behind you and staring directly through you, tries to pass his hand right through you, but immediately like karate chops you in the back.
It's still there, it's just invisible.
Right. Sorry about that.
You're fine. I'm used to it.
Yeah,
What about the rest of you? Minthro and Pupe.
Where'd the accent go? Oh well. But yeah. Pupe, I mean, he's kind of kind of difficult.
I will say, like, Brooks would probably say, like, and just kind of point at Pupe. He can't talk, at least not normally. I can be his mouth, basically.
That does work.
Yeah.
Oh no, don't worry about that. You can talk to the communicators once you get dried off and fed, and a good scrub.
Okay.
Looks at you with confusion, Bricks.
Oh,
Okay.
I wouldn't mind to be clean, but I will say I will be wet wherever I go. Otherwise, I dry out and possibly die.
Right.
I'm a weird thing. I've also been mistaken as a goblin a couple times. So if you could spread the word that I'm not a goblin, that'd be amazing.
Did
Oh,
we
no, we've got several goblin refugees here as well. It won't be uncommon to see them around.
Okay, thank God.
did we take a long rest?
Not since the Huntsman incident.
Okay, so I wanted to make sure.
So we're all still fucked up.
Yes, we are all still
Yeah.
royally fucked up.
So because he said it talks to the communicators.
Hmm.
Probably just
Yeah.
means like intel gatherers or something similar.
Yeah, again, still can't talk. I don't think he understands.
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. Yeah. All
All
right.
right. And what about you, Mint?
Would like to just lay down. I'm hurt. I'm sparking. There's damage everywhere.
Oh,
Well,
do you need a mechanic? We've got a couple here. He kind of looks around at all your kind of slashed and hacked portions of throw.
With all due respect, only I work on me.
Fair enough. Well, I'll just let you go ahead to the mess hall then. It's the big tent right over there. He points you directly at it, where there is a small purple flag flying up on top of this large, long tent. That's one of three, and you can talk to the quartermaster to tell him Lieutenant Coyle went ahead and said you could go ahead and have a nick. So yeah, here, I'll send these two to go along with you. Make sure you don't start any trouble. And you three are escorted to a dining hall.
Before we left, I do want to ask one thing.
Yeah?
You said that there were goblins here. Are there any other unique species here?
Oh, well,
Anything that we
the
need to be
entire
aware of?
guild is made out of unique species. I guess we're pretty inclusive, all things considered.
Brooks actually raises his hand. We're specifically asking if there is a oh, what was she? She was a sheep minotaur worshipper of a nature goddess, I believe.
I don't
Oh, wait,
remember
Miss
her.
Bellwether.
that one.
Hey, no, she's recovering back up north a little bit. She if you know her, could it be that you escaped with her from uh, uh what was it? Some stronghold, Storm
Yeah,
Herald's Keep, something like that?
Yes, we not with her. We got her out before we got out.
Hmm.
Because we were able to get her and another of her companions out, but the other companion
her.
got captured
Oh yeah.
and brought back. If you could send word to her that
Later kill.
we are here and that Wire unfortunately did not make it.
Just an FYI and maybe a bit of a reminder, Wire is full on dead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
did not make it. Yeah.
Okay, because yeah, no, never mind.
Yeah,
No,
Expired.
dead, like dead. Like
Brooks,
Yeah.
Brooks is saying it
got out
as
of the
did not
first
make
room and
it,
he died.
and that kind of obvious, like that. Well, I guess
Yeah.
since he slowed,
Yeah.
the expression is not there just yet, but the tone of saying he's gone.
Yeah.
did not make it, more like fucking dead. Like dead. No.
So yeah, no. He goes, oh well, if you escape from Storm Heralds, then that kind of makes you a kind of local celebrity, sort of. At least amongst some of the soldiers that have come back. Chi-Chi talks about some very interesting sort that's helped her escape.
Rex just waves his hand.
Ichi?
Yeah.
Enter away his hand, arm falls off.
Rex just picks it up and puts it over his shoulder.
Yeah. He goes, well, I'm sure you all are tired. We can talk a little about this later once you've rested. Be my guest. We've got bunks in the refugee tent. It's the big one with the white X, the white X on the red banner. Just make your way there, rest up, and we'll send somebody from Lust to go over and talk to you about your story.
Thank you. And he just Rex. Oh, hold on. Can I get a bucket of water?
Oh, yes. There should be some over by the mess hall. They need it to cook. Yeah. I'll go ahead and report this over. And he pulls out a little piece of parchment and a small little like maybe 3-inch long portion of a quill. And you see him like rub something in his palm and lick his thumb and rub something in his palm, dip that little quill in and start writing.
Rex just kind of wanders over the mess hall, goes through the whole, whole rigmarole of getting himself a bucket of water, drags it over to the, bunks, and just plops down inside the bucket and just immediately passes out.
We're not gonna eat first.
Rex is too tired to care about food.
Fair enough.
Well, Pupae and Minthro, you can go eat if you'd like.
Yeah. Yeah, I could have a snack. I could have a bite.
Snack.
Snack?
Yeah. No. You go ahead and enter into the mess tent. It's very empty in here, but the back portion of the tent is divided by a canvas, and there is a small little cutout of that canvas where a service window would be operated. And there doesn't seem to be anybody in this tent, at least on the there doesn't seem to be many people in this tent in the actual dining portion of the mess tent. There do seem to be several people going around and preparing stuff for dinner. As you can see behind, in the back, there seems to be a large ogre-like thing meandering around with a meat cleaver, chopping up some meat, and walking over to stoves. And he seems to be going about his work. Among the participants inside the dining portion of the tent, there really only seems to be one standout. Sean, would you like to go ahead and describe your character?
Yeah. So kind of where was he standing? Did you say?
Oh, I was going
Or
to leave that up
what
to
was?
you. He's just in the like dining portion of the mess tent.
Yeah. So in the dining portion, waiting in line with. Do they give trays or is it is it one of those things they hand that out the window?
More so, it's you bring your own mess kits.
Okay, yeah. Kind of with a kind of with his own plate, I guess. Very tall, robed figure, kind of hunched over. And when I say tall, I mean he's hunched over and 6'8". He is incredibly tall, very broad. You can't tell his exact musculature, but seems to be very big. Digitigrade black legs, And he has his hood up, and all you can see poking out of the hood is a long, like slender black snout. And you know, his weapons are underneath the kind of, you know, robe that he has kind of haphazardly covering his upper half.
Question.
And yep.
Um, I'd like to point out that I have seen Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. I think I know what you're describing.
I mean almost, but like pitch black. Like
Okay.
his skin and fur is this incredibly dark color. Like think Doberman, you know, sleek black fur, narrow snout, and a hood to cover up any kind of ears you might see as he
Okay.
waits in line. His eyes kind of like shoot over in your guys' directions, and underneath in the darkness of the hood you see this very faint golden glow in his eyes. What do your guys' characters look like? Because I don't fucking know.
You want to go ahead, Minthro? Start off.
Okay, sure. You see standing a 5 foot tall warforge with a simple over the shoulder cowl that has a hood. The armor, besides being horribly damaged right now, looks hodgepodged and maybe reconstructed in certain areas. But really, it's just a 5 foot tall warforge that looks like it was originally built for moving stuff.
Okay.
And then the other one is a 5'10", like definitely humanoid. Oh, looks human, but you can tell isn't. With like whites, like really like bright whites, like skin. You'd guess. You'd assume from like a distance, but like with smudges and stuff here and there. Black, like some black hair that looks like doesn't like it looks a bit like a wig almost, but it's not. And then like just like can't even really, you actually can't see the eyes because they have like a theater, like the theater like smiling mask on.
So Loaderbot and like black-haired theater kid is like, or like, so like what you're describing is like long black hair, and what was their outfit?
It's their outfit's like some leather armor on top, but it's still slave clothes. I don't think I got my clothes back when we left, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I don't believe anybody got their clothes back.
Yeah.
Except for maybe Mint, because she never gave them away to begin with.
Yeah. Yeah, no. So it's like uh, like uh like a prison camp clothes, like you know, like a almost burlappy like shirt with some raggedy like baggy pants on, and like some really crappy shoes, and then just like a chest of like leather armor on top of that.
Okay, I think I've got an image of what they look like.
Yeah.
Okay. Akhenaten, he you know, kind of glances in your guys' direction and then squints, and he looks back towards the front of the line, but every now and then he kind of like sneaks a glance back at your guys' direction as you move throughout the room. You seem to have caught his eye.
Okay.
But he's gonna go eat.
We don't have mess kits, do we?
No, you don't.
Wait, would I notice that? Would I notice that you guys do not have mess kits?
Probably. It'd be pretty obvious.
Yeah. We're wearing like well, except for maybe, you know, Minthro. I don't know if Minthro has like the clothing over.
Give me 10 minutes and I can make us stuff.
Yeah, I don't know if you have like the stuff, the like work camp clothes over you. I don't know if they would have given you any as a, you know,
They would not have, but the
Yeah.
only thing that Throw would have on them probably would be the bag of holding.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. But yeah, we don't really have any like
That's fair.
mess kits or anything. No, not that you can see. And I
Okay.
don't know if you can tell from a distance that it's a bag of holding. I don't know how obvious bag of holdings are.
They're not. It's just because bag
Yeah.
holdings normally are just like a standard bag or like satchel or backpack that is just bottomless on the
Enchanted.
inside. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just enchanted. Yeah. So yeah, no, we don't obviously have any mess kits or anything like that.
I'm gonna walk over. He has a very large, like lumbering walk. If I were to describe it, have you any of you played like any of the Halos, like Halo 4, Halo 5,
Saint Healy.
something like that?
Is
Yeah,
that-
the elites.
Yeah.
He walks like he stomps almost.
Okay, so he
As-
walks like yeah, I can see it because they got the hunched over like still
Yeah.
6'4",
and
fit going on.
digidegrade like
Yeah.
legs and
Yeah. Okay,
he
I
kind of
can
like
picture it.
marches over to in a beeline directly towards you guys, and as he approaches he kind of breaks apart his mess kit, which is kind of a couple different pieces, and he hands you each a small bowl.
Okay.
And the mess kit is strange because it's this kind of pottery with golden inlays. It's surprisingly fancy. It almost has it has these like strange hieroglyphics in it, embroidered in the kind of golden edges, but the rest of it's kind of regular clay. And he hands you each a small bowl, and then just gives you a nod and kind of like a grunt, and then walks back to his place in line.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna get in line with that.
Yep.
And I feel a new friend coming on. Pupae is like, huh, new friend. Okay.
Gotta get invasive to where you can make friends now.
We'll get to that. It's a little bit of a bit of invasiveness. Don't worry about it. But yeah, we're gonna get in line and then like go through and get some. At least Pupae's gonna go through in line and get some food in the bowl and then sit down. What's your character's name again?
Akhenaten.
And then sit down wherever Akhenaten is sitting at, if possible, if there's space.
Yeah. What are the tables like, Aaron?
They are. You can kind of think of them as like something that would be really easy to pick up and load into a wagon. They all seem to be built in a construction that makes them easy to interlock together. Not the pieces of the tables, but each table themselves would lock to each other, and it's just a whole bunch of benches beyond that.
Okay.
When you sit down next to Akhenaten, do you have any weapons on you?
I mean, in my pack, yeah. I mean, yeah. Actually, I guess
Are they
yeah. Hold
visible?
on. Definitely, because one of them's a rapier on my hip, so definitely.
Can you describe to me this rapier? Is it like well made or poorly made or?
I don't know because I stole it off of a goblin. I'd probably say it's like on the. It's definitely smaller. Like, definitely seems like it's a bit too small for for pupae, right? And it's like a standard looking like standard rapier, but it's like slightly rusted up towards the handle. It looks like it's been through some. It looks like it's seen combat. It looks worn. It looks worn.
It looks worn and a bit too small for you.
Yeah.
Akhenaten would probably notice that. And he'd kind of like looking at you with these eyes that kind of like glow this kind of dull gold. He says, that blade seems a bit small.
So Pupae is just gonna like make eye what you assume is eye contact again, just like a mask over, but make what you assume to be eye contact with you, and do like a nodding, like a head nodding hand motion to you.
I would like to think that perhaps the rust may serve you should you be able to cut someone with it. Haha. It's dull. That's the joke.
Oh boy, I'm excited.
He has autism.
He's
I
not,
love
oh,
him.
he's nonverbal. But yeah, then Pipe's just gonna do the like the
We
is there like a standard sign language for like common? I would assume
There would
is.
be, but again, it'd be like something that would need to be learned.
Yeah, yeah.
So he probably doesn't know it.
But yeah, it's just gonna do the same motion again, and it's just like hoping
If
to
I
like
could, so hypothetically, Aaron, and I know this is kind of like a ad hoc kind of thing.
Mhm.
If I could justify him knowing it, could I know it? So him and Poupe could communicate.
oh, don't worry, you'll be able to communicate. You
No,
don't need
you'll
to know
be
sign
able to
language.
communicate
Yeah,
with
don't
him.
worry about it. We'll get there.
All right.
We'll get
Okay. All right. That's fair.
yeah.
Akhenaten kind of like, takes a sip of the soup, or whatever is the food that they serve. And then and says, "You find yourself as a precision fighter, I assume."
Does the same hand motion, and then
Rapiers.
So
like after doing that, Pupe's gonna like you notice Pupe like look down at the soup and just kind of like hover their hand like their fingers and hand real close over the bowl of like soup or like grog or not grog of like or like porridge or whatever this cheap stuff whatever they're serving, and just like you just see like tiny little like just like a black goop kind of just touch it, and then Pupe just sticks their whole hand in the soup, and it's like it's very slight, but you can notice the soup going down, and then Pupe looks back up at Akhenaten with their hands still in the soup.
He kind of looks at it, and now it's like you've got his whole attention. Like before, he was kind of like, minding his own business, kind of just making small talk with you. But then when you do that, he's kind of like he shifts his focus and kind of like folds his hand and watch you drink with your hand. And have I seen anything like this before? Would it be possible that I've seen anything like this?
No, you would not.
No.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So Akhenaten just he's not gonna say anything. He's watching very intently.
opens up hatch, pours soup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then mid-throw.
I have this little metal hatch on the top of my forehead that looks like a little yellow bit. It opens up, and yeah, that's where I have to put my food in.
Based.
So then you just see that as well. Just mid-throw, just hatch opens up top, soup gets poured in.
Akhenaten looks to you guys and kind of like you see him like how dogs tilt their head as he looks at both of you and he says, "If it is not rude, may I inquire who you people are?"
I am Mintro, and this is Pupe.
Pupae and Menthral.
Pupe is gonna like look up, make eye contact with you again, like face to face, and like kind of pull their hand out of the soup, which is down, it's not like significantly lowered in level, not like to like if somebody's like guzzling it type thing, but it's definitely you can see like the line of where it used to be. And it's gonna like kind of like nudge in your direction, and point at you. They're gonna point at their hand, point at you, and then stick their hand out and do like a grasping motion.
It appears Pupe is wanting to talk to you.
Pupae wishes to talk to me. Something tells me this is not the traditional talking with the mouth and talking with the hand, and not sign language either.
No,
Shakes.
I'm
Shakes
really
head.
sorry in advance.
Akhenaten kind of just like shrugs and reaches out his hand to shake Pupe's hand.
Yeah, so Pupe grabs your hand, not in like not like aggressively, but like in like a almost like a sudden motion, grabs your hand, and just like out of like their wrist comes out like a goo, and it starts going up your shoulder, and goes and just like slithers its way up you, and then starts heading towards your ear.
Hmm. How quickly does this happen?
Not very.
Like, is not very?
Because like what? I think we decided that they have like
It's moving fungus, so not very.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's a slow pulsation.
Oh.
It like it grows in mass and then shrinks a little bit, but in this growing and shrinking, and usually it'd be quick for a slime mold.
yeah.
But,
It's like what you'd say probably like maybe if in like movement speed standards, like movement speed numbers, maybe like 3 inches of movement speed.
In that
Maybe.
case, Akhenaten would probably, as soon as he saw it crawling up to his wrist, he'd probably like let go, and pull away, and kind of like give you both this like side eye, and
It's about
and
no
he'd say, I would need more preparation for strange textural sensations like that.
Pupe just gives you a thumbs up and like nods their head. They're wearing a smiling like a smiling theater mask. It looks like
it's the comedy mask.
the comedy mask. Yeah, it's like the comedy
it's
mask.
comedy and tragedy.
Yeah, and so it's like wearing it, and it's like thumbs up, nods your head, and it's like you just get like in the back of your mind, you just get like a feeling of like the Pupe is smiling at you. Like yes, the mask is always smiling, but this is like a genuine smile.
The body language says smile.
Yeah. And as the thing continues its way up,
okay.
going towards your ear.
No, that's not there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I
didn't know how far he went.
Yeah, Akhenaten had pulled away and says, perhaps if I get to know you better and trust you, a symbiotic relationship would be possible. He says, half joking, you think, maybe.
Maybe.
His tone is kind of neutral and monotone.
Pupe just like does like a understandable like head tilt and like shoulder shrug. I'm gonna use psychic whispers now on Akhenaten. Connecting just it's a much less invasive way to do it, just a lot more expensive in like character sense expensive.
Are you a Soul Knife rogue?
Yes.
Oh, sick. One of my favorite classes.
Yeah, so does that, connects to you, and it's like, hello? Can you hear me?
So, yes, I can, in my head.
Ah, good. That means it's working.
Real quick. This is purely a flavor thing, and if you don't want to do it, I totally get it. But I played a Soul Knife rogue, and we said that whenever he started a connection, you would be able to hear a sort of ambiance, like like when you click on a radio and you hear static first. It's almost like you. And so for this character, who was a lizard folk, like from a jungle, whenever he would start it, you could hear like the ambiance of a jungle.
Okay.
If I would be interested, if your character had that, what would the ambiance sound like?
Pupe's got something like that, but it's an image of him dancing in your head.
Yeah, doing Fortnite dances. He's hitting the gritty in your head.
Yeah.
No.
just semi-translucent over your vision as the connection established. It's just him doing like the default Fortnite dance.
It's like
what are you
doing?
doing?
Like a loading bar underneath.
No. Yes, in my head I hear you.
Good. That means it's working. Hi, I'm Pupe. I can't speak because I'm a doll.
You are speaking right now in my head.
Well, yes, in your head, psychically I can speak, but not with my mouth because I don't have one.
That is interesting. Indeed, Pupe, you are speaking in my head, but not with your mouth, because you do not have one. This is intriguing. My name is Akhenaten Roldkai.
Huh. Well, Akhenaten, I find you intriguing as well. I don't think I've ever met anyone like you before, personality-wise, or whatever you are. No offense.
He looks around for a second, and just to clarify, DM, there's no other Kenra here, right?
Correct.
He flips off his hood, and from the top of his head sprouts two giant jackal ears. And I'll post a picture in models and pics of what he looks like.
Okay.
As you see what essentially looks like a jackal. He's an Egyptian jackal, long black snout, big ears, very very muscular neckline as you see the beginning of chainmail underneath his robe. As he looks down at you with these very intense golden eyes, he says, "I am a Kenra, and I am from a land far from here."
Oh, I need to roll a die real quick. I need to roll a d6. D6?
Oh
Yeah,
no.
D6.
Why?
Because Psychic Whispers last for X hours, where X is the number rolled.
Ah, gotcha.
Okay, so 5 hours.
5 hours.
And I can speak to you for up to a mile away.
Yep, it is the best version of telepathy in the game.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
That's why I love that class so much. He says, "This is intriguing. Why are you guys here?"
I think my friend Mintro here can explain it a little bit better.
I look over at Menthrol after this moment of like psionic, speaking. I look over at Menthrol and I say, "Why are you guys here?"
We were kidnapped by goblins.
Mm.
And then we escaped, and now we're here.
Goblins. Yes, indeed.
I hate goblins.
I am indifferent to goblins overall.
The only good goblin's a dead goblin. Yeehaw!
It's racist.
It's
That is intriguing. I find myself in the position of a traveler currently. I'm intrigued. Why do you guys travel together?
Oh, because we escaped together, of course.
Yes, we
I
also have
appreciate
one
the
other
simplicity.
companion.
Who is this other companion?
His name is Brix. He's a little axolotl.
Seems a lot like a fish dog to me. I don't know what an
Axolotl.
axolotl is.
Yes, I know what an axolotl is. Interesting.
You do?
They
Vaguely.
would have come up from the south, yes.
Oh.
You probably could have met them.
I don't know what an axolotl is. He just seems like a fish dog to me. But
If you see
it has
him-
gotten me intrigued. I've never eaten one before.
Well, we must get along quite well then, for I am a dog.
Dog.
Hold on.
Was there a comma in between dog and dog, or was it just dog?
It's just dog.
Was there a hyphen?
Yeah.
Or was there was there a hyphen,
hyphen.
or was there a comma, or was it dog?
God damn
Hyphen.
it.
It was because fish dog has a hyphen. He's like a
Yeah.
dog. Although a dog is reductive since technically I'm a jackal, which is more of, like the same family, I think, as
They are.
dogs.
They're canine, yeah.
Yeah, canine. Is
But,
Brix a canine?
Man,
What family does an axolotl belong to?
I don't know. I'm not really a scientist. They are
I haven't-
amphibians. They are
I haven't
amphibians.
met his family.
I haven't met his family.
I'd like to think, like, if this was a TV show, as this conversation is happening, just in the bottom left corner is the Brix cam, and it's just him, like, obviously dreaming, and he's doing the whole, like, how dogs and cats do when they're asleep, and they like, move their paws, but instead it's with Brix's tail, and he's swimming, and it's just a mini whirlpool going on in the bucket.
Oh my god! But oh my god! But I've never.
warning.
I'm still trying to figure out his voice, so I'm gonna change it a little bit as we go. If that's
That's fine, that's
just
fine.
so
Feel
you all know.
You were saying, Mid?
As a warning, if you see him glow, try to get away from them.
Yes, when things start to glow, I tend to avoid them for my own safety.
Good. Keep that in mind.
So I've
When
never
I start to glow, get closer to me.
got it? Question mark.
That seems counterintuitive.
As
So-
in, it's a good thing when I start to glow.
Okay. So I've never seen one of your kind before either. I don't believe I have, at least. It's been a while.
Good.
I forget. I forget some stuff every now and then, but I do have some questions. How does your kind taste?
Gamey. Quite gamey. We're very, very muscular, as you can tell. He rolls up the sleeve of his robe and flexes his forearm, and like even through the like black fur, you see that it's like he's pretty fucking strong. And
Isn't that
he
better than
says,
close fight?
gamey, and even when you get past the fur, we're pretty fucking tough.
Duke Nukem?
I'm trying to do Keith David. That's what I'm trying to do.
Okay, yeah.
I came here to
I'm
kick
trying to
ass
do,
and
like-
chew bubblegum.
I'm here to kick ass and chew bubblegum. No, I'm trying to do fucking Spawn. That's what I'm trying to do.
Yeah,
Do me
no.
a favor. Do me a favor. Say forget about it in that.
Forget about it. Like that?
Yeah. I'm happy now.
Forget about it.
I'm happy now.
No,
I
from
came
What?
here to kick gum and chew ass, and I'm all out of
I
gum.
came here to kick gum and chew ass, and I'm all out of ass.
gum.
God fucking damn it.
Yeah, so Akhenaten says to Pupe and Mithril, says, now, just between the three of us, I am currently in the trade of, traveling sword, I guess you could say, trying to put myself to use wherever I can. If you guys are traveling, I'd be more than happy to come with.
Oh, that sounds good. I mean, I've done something similar. I did it for about 100 years or so, I'd say. Maybe.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a healer, do some
Ah.
healing magic here and there.
I've done a lot of the killing stuff, but I try not to talk about it too much.
Yeah, tends to ruin dinner conversations, don't it?
Usually I find dinner conversations are ruined once I stick my hand in the food.
Well, hasn't ruined this encounter so far, so that's a good sign.
Two
Okay.
guards just
Hands
walk
back,
past and notice that you're all kind of staring at each other, not really talking. And one of them goes, "Geez, they're a lively lot, aren't they?" And the other goes, "Dude, they just came out of the forest. They're probably traumatized," as they would just walk on past you.
Am I not allowed to make romantic eye contact with the homies? Romantic and prolonged tantric eye contact.
Prolonged eye contact.
Platonic romantic eye contact.
Yeah, it's kind of hot in a deranged way. Well, listen, boys, I've quite enjoyed this conversation. I have to go put my mess kit up in my tent, but I'll make sure to find you guys again, and make sure to find me before you leave. I'm over on the east side of camp. I just made that up arbitrarily. But you guys seem like some fine folk from what I can tell already.
Same
It
to
was a
you.
pleasure to meet you.
He puts up his hood again, gives a nod, sculls his soup, coughs a little bit because he swallowed it too fast, and then
It's still very hot. You've only been talking for like 10 minutes.
and he's gonna walk out. He's gonna go and put his mess kit up and get, yeah.
All right. I want to shoot on over to Bricks real quick.
Brixie boy.
Yep.
You
Bricked
start to
up.
glow.
Bricked up.
I hate that. Thank you.
I've been making bricks.
Also, just check the voice channel status. By the way,
Yeah,
Yeah, we
I
saw it.
saw. Bricks, you find yourself falling into a deep slumber. And you once again find yourself in this strange liminal area that seems to never function the exact same. Uh, One moment you're in a giant fireball, the next you're in a Victorian mansion. All the while, it is encapsulated by this far starry landscape that seems to be ever changing, but always somehow like the inside of a gas giant, those large gas clusters that you see pictures from the those telescopes, and you find yourself in the blind expanses once again. What do you do?
Rick's just like he had his eyes closed and they just like slowly open. He looks left, looks right, looks forward, and just screams, "God damn it, I'm back in the place again!" Alright. Raville.
My home?
There you are, you son of a bitch.
Well, that's not very nice language. And in front of you pops a small tiefling child, completely white, with it seems to be like a white, like platinum blonde hair, and dressed in not necessarily like ramshackle clothes, but clothes that just don't gel together at all. And they always seem to be moving and shifting and changing where their seams are and where the lines are sewed together. And the most noteworthy portion of this is his sterling, like magenta right eye and his bright cyan left eye. And the more you look at them, the more they kind of start to shift in hue, one tending towards warmer hues, the other tending towards colder hues. And this child is right in front of you.
I hate you so much.
Hate me? Oh,
You
why?
cursed me, you little rat.
I gave you a gift. That's not very nice to talk about a gift like that. He kind of crosses his arms and puts up a harump.
Do you know how many people have died because of your quote-unquote gift?
He crosses his legs and starts floating around, shrugs his shoulders and starts floating away
This is why I hate you.
around you. I'm more kind of bothered that you didn't listen to my instructions. You just walked right past where I wanted you to go.
Huh?
You remember, I don't know, it was like, how do you people make calendars again? Like, it was like 1, 2, what was it? It was like 2/10,000ths of a rotation around your sun. I don't know how long that is for you guys.
Like 3 days?
Regardless, I told you when you were heading out east to come and find the spot, though, that you could fucking
What spot?
I told you. You just had to go to the certain spot. You were talking to a little like wooden figurine at the time, I think. Eh.
Rick's
But
just sitting there, just like equal parts red hot rage and confusion marring his face. You know, when you say just like a certain spot, that doesn't help me much.
I thought you got the feeling in your gut, your tum tum. He just pats his stomach. Don't you?
Do I understand what this little bastard is saying?
back when you were
This,
in, I mean, sort of. You kind of get that buzzing feeling occasionally whenever you have a wild magic proc, right?
uh-huh.
The closest thing that you can think of is him referring to this. Um, Secondly, you think he's referring to the time you spent right outside of Minthro's house when you were carving on a little figurine.
Yeah.
The figurine, he's implying that that is what he was telling you to go get.
So okay.
Or in a way, that could have been him telling you where to go.
Look, I don't even know where that is. I don't know what happened that thing. You know, where we went and where we came from and that kind of stuff was mostly not my own decision making after a point.
I mean, you always have a choice.
I mean, my
Uh,
choice at that point was follow them or die, so
Still a choice.
and as suicidal as I am at this point because of the fucking gift you've given me, I didn't want to die at the time.
Well, I guess it's out east now. But if you find that spot and if you're really that upset about me giving you a gift, I can get rid of it.
Yay, another way I can get rid of this crap.
Oh, yeah, that. No, that wouldn't have worked. I I appreciate it, but um no, only I can give and remove that special brand of gift.
Brix just kind of stops stone still and just with wet, like, just a rough grinding sound, his head locks onto this kid and it's just like, you really hate me, don't you?
Well, yeah, you've been avoiding me for like 5 or 6 years because all I wanted to do was play games.
With
And I
people's
wouldn't say
lives.
hate you.
Is this why my magic does its stupid crap that causes everybody in the within 5 fucking miles of dying?
Hmm. He shrugs again.
Brooks is visibly shaking at this point, and he's normally like kind of a pink with like half pink, half black, but like that pink side of him is turning red, almost purple at this point. Just send me out of here. Send me out of here.
Send you out here?
Out of here.
Okay. But that depends. You gonna uphold your promise?
Brix like goes to reach out to the kid and then just has a moments of intellect and it's like, oh, I can't kill him yet.
As you reach out to him, you see each of your fingers start to become spaghetti and flitter off.
Why am I not surprised? What bargain?
You made it.
Brix literally makes that fucking like what the fuck face that I was Jackie Chan. That
Yeah, I know.
yeah, that face. Well, obviously I don't remember it. Was this when you gave me the magic?
Yeah, you said you wanted the power to stop a storm so that you could keep everyone safe. So I did it. And in return, you said you'd play with me.
Look, if I'm being honest, I don't remember anything from that night. I remember the
Does that
storm
change
rolling
the
in.
fact that you? Does that change the fact that you made a promise?
I mean, you cut me a little slack for the fact that obviously I have trauma-based memory loss.
Ugh, you're such fragile creatures.
Welcome to mortals. If I remember correctly, because of your magic, I've made at least 3 immortals.
Hmm. Sort of, not quite, almost.
And not
Eh.
deities, but they can't die.
Yeah, that one is pretty funny, isn't it?
I honestly feel sorry for those more than the ones I've killed.
Why is that?
Because now they're doomed to watch everybody that they love wither and die away as they stay forever young.
I mean, some of you do that specifically seeking it out.
That's because
Some of you just naturally do that.
the ones
I
that
mean,
naturally
if I
do it,
remember
it's
right,
not really,
some of the
it's slower. But for the ones that seek it out, it's because they don't realize what they're losing or they have nothing to lose.
Yeah, and it happens with elves quite often, and dwarves. Eh, God, you've all
And
just
that
been such fickle creatures ever since you've arrived.
Arrived?
Arrived. I mean, you and the rest of the pantheon.
Dot, 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 dot. What?
I mean, they're all just so boring. All yes and no. There's no room for gray area. Do you want out of here?
You're making my head hurt, so yes.
Oh, yeah, being out here will do that to you.
No, it's
Oh,
just you.
Anyways, no, I'll let you go. But I do need you to do something for me first.
Oh god, what?
Out east. Out east of where you are currently, about wait, how do you guys measure things?
Miles?
I don't know, like that doesn't he like motions with his hands. Is this a mile? I don't know. And he like
Now you know how I feel, you little rat.
he says, I don't know, about I guess 230,012.1 peanuts lined end for end away from your current location out east. That's where I need you to go. Okay?
Can I roll an
I'll
intelligence
instruct you
check to
further
try to
there.
figure out what the fuck he means?
I guess, yes. Go ahead. Roll me just a straight intelligence check.
N.
You don't know how that's more peanuts than you've ever seen in your life.
There's just a vein pulsing along like the side of Brix's head, and it looks like it's about to burst as his entire pink side is now like a beetroot purple.
Listen, you'll know it when you go by it. You can use yourself as this sort of radar.
Fine, whatever. Get me out before I have a heart attack.
Oh, I won't let that happen. If you do need further assistance, there is an acolyte in Aetheria. You could talk to him.
Oh, wonderful. Somebody that actually thinks that you do good for the world.
Well, some would say yes. All I want to do is just play a game, but no one seems to let me freaking do it. You included.
Oh, if only I knew what game it was, because that means that I could get rid of this crap!
Oh, whatever. I'll see you when you get here. All right.
Brix is like, look, Brix is it's just pure rage at this point. Like he cannot. He's too mad to even form words.
You see the setting around you transform into a couple different things. It starts to be a Chinese opium den, and then becomes a large vat of acid, and then quickly becomes a orb of butterflies before you are snapped back to the waking world.
Is it the next morning or is it still night?
This is the middle of the night.
Brix just kind of crawls out of the bucket, and he just makes his way to the river and just sits by it staring into the water. And he's just sitting there thinking like, what did I promise? What happened? Why did everything turn out like this? And why is he such a piece of shit?
What are you doing?
Does that sound exactly like the voice from the thing?
What it sounds like is somebody that you've only talked to maybe once or twice. As you look down into the water and see a elven woman draped in fine silks.
I'm going crazy. I'm going crazy. I should have known that the chaos would cause me to go crazy, but I guess I'm finally going crazy.
You made a promise. She points into her palm where sits several acorns. Where are my trees, Bricks?
I made one, and I haven't
Mhm.
really come across any corpses since then.
Then make them.
Quick question: do they have to be people corpses or just corpses?
She looks at you with a expression that says mostly, really? Is that even a question?
I think it's a fair one.
Who is this?
This is my patron.
Her?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought the
Because
kid was your patron.
no, that's the chaos god. I'm a sorcerer warlock.
Oh,
I'm an archfey warlock as well.
yeah, you have fun with that one, bud.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Okay.
I need the blood of conscious creatures to actually grow them.
Fair enough. Okay. To be fair, I wasn't given much instruction when you gave me the acorns.
Well, what are you waiting for?
Now?
Yes, now.
Brooks is just like, he just closes his eyes. It's just like, what is my life? What is my life? God. Okay. Hold on. I'm trying to think.
Look, there's a guard right over there doing a patrol. Do it. Now. Be easy. I gave you powers for a reason.
Rick's
I'm gonna go
over
look for the
there, almost dead.
infirmary, see if there's any recent dead there. Then we'll talk about possibly just committing cold blood murder.
Yeah, no. You head on over to the medical tent where there seems to be clerics walking around attending to patients. Some of them look to be in pretty bad shape, mostly burn victims.
Hmm.
Could you give me a quick perception check?
I'm gonna roll tides on this.
Okay.
18.
there towards the back of the tent, you see somebody who is getting a lot of attention from the priests.
Mhm.
In fact, I think there is a certain point when somebody calls in extra priests to come and help, and in walks a tall jackal to do some divine healing. You know that if this gets interrupted, this guy is just going to die on his on his own naturally.
Mhm.
But if you let this large jackal person continue their work, he'll be saved. And you know, it's the work that clerics do. So
Yeah. Huh.
And just to clarify, this
this is
jackal
you,
person's
Sean.
name. Okay,
Yes.
all right. I just wanted to make sure there wasn't another giant cleric healing jackal in the camp.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Let's see. Bubba is
Does that
dead. It
give me-
takes an hour to resummon. Eh.
I believe in you.
When you say interrupted, would it be something like just an instance of interruption could cause him to die, or just like, it needs to be something that'll distract them for a good chunk of time?
With an 18, it's just you need to let him go ahead and die. It would take several minutes,
Several
up
minutes.
to 30.
Okay.
Like the on fire.
That's what I'm thinking. Fuck. Okay. I am going to. God fucking damn it. Phone's
If I
going.
knew this was,
My phone's
if I
going
knew this
off.
was gonna, if I knew this was gonna happen, I would have slipped a numb knuckle or two into this fucking soup.
Okay. Okay, Aaron.
Mhm.
I actually have a thought. Uh, this has a range of 120 feet.
Yes.
Is there a spot that I could be that I could still see this guy that's dying, but I'm kind of out of the way and I don't have to, like, you kind of get what I'm trying to say here?
Yeah. And I will say you're asking a lot.
I
Not
know.
only, but it's also verbal and somatic.
That's kind of why I'm
So
trying to stay. Because the thing is, everything I have is verbal.
Mhm.
So, like, that's just kind of a thing. Because, like, I don't have anything else that I could possibly cast that could do anything. And I'm trying to think. Because I can't let him get there. Oh god. Fuck.
I'm just saying, we came across a lot of bodies.
I mean, but not any recently.
That's true.
And to be fair, the reason, like, I should have just fucking stuck one inside the bitch at the cabin, but I didn't think about it because I honestly completely forgot about this. Tell me, is Akahatan inside the tent, or is he on his way to the tent?
He is currently in the tent. In fact, what is his passive perception?
His passive perception. Let me check on that real quick. His passive perception is 15.
Oh God! So you
Oh,
you noticed
Jesus.
me.
Well,
Yes,
that depends.
he
Have
has-
you entered yet?
I'm not in the tent, but I'm around it. Like I'm probably like at the entrance or like kind of near it, looking in.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Uh, as a reminder, Brix is a 3 foot tall bipedal axolotl. Half of him is black, half of him is pink, with along the middle being a lot of like that kind of uh like how when water and another liquid that oppose each other kind of mix, it's that kind of like swirling connector with dots.
Mhm.
And then on his back is a staff. Around his neck is a wooden pendant, and his eyes, like if you were to look down and see them, um, are like a slowly changing kaleidoscope of colors.
Mhm.
And his midsection is currently invisible. His head looks like it's made of plastic, and his face is completely slowed.
Oh,
Hmm.
actually, your midsection is now normal,
Nice.
and same with your face.
Okay.
It doesn't look like plastic anymore, but you are still affected by the slowed
Okay.
facial movements.
So yeah, his face just looks constantly slowed. Nothing quite like matches up. Fuck, if I had Bubba, this would be
Okay.
so easy.
Yeah, but with your luck with Bubba, you would have hit another barrel of gunpowder or something.
Next to the infirmary?
It's what happened
Yeah,
last
that's the
time.
most efficient place to store it. Just like the ammonia gas goes right next to the orphanage.
Real.
That's why you always build the orphanage on top of the volcano.
Right, fine, you like rubbing alcohol on fire.
I heard you like jazz.
God, I have literally nothing. And I don't think I can put on a good performance. Like a good enough performance to possibly get something to work for me that way either. Fuck.
All right, well, I'll say this. It's now or never.
I think Brix would kind of like he's sitting there staring and he just kind of closes his eyes and it's just like and just like shakes his head to himself and starts to head probably towards like one of the edges of camp for maybe a burial pit or you know uh anything as such.
Can you willingly fail a chaos proc?
I don't believe so.
Well, we've
Hmm.
kind of ruled it that like Brix kind of holds back the magic a lot,
That's fair.
Hmm.
But you can always. Yeah, I don't know.
well, the biggest issue right now, especially, is that I don't have a very high chaos AC.
Hmm.
So it's because the way we did it, because whenever we were getting transported, like once per like in-game week, I would roll a d20, and if I like hit the opposite end of the chaos proc, so for most of the time my DC was 1, so if I hit a nat 20, I would get a proc. So it's kind of one of those, but that's really only when Aaron lets me. Because like, especially
So
that
is
time,
that-
I was trying to force the magic out to just cause as much bullshit in the area as possible.
Yeah, I was just wondering because like, if you were to cast a spell, purposely fail the chaos proc, and hope that it's something catastrophic enough to stop this, but not too catastrophic.
Yeah, But I think it's kind of at that point, especially where like Brick still has a conscience, unfortunately, and he just kind of sat there weighing, and he's just like, I'll take whatever punishment I have to if it means that I don't have to actively kill a person.
Fair enough.
So yeah, he'll probably just kind of shake his head slightly and then start heading towards the edges of camp to look for something.
Fair.
I'm gonna go into the tent and I'm gonna cast Prayer of Healing.
What does this look like?
I think
Okay,
Aaron died.
John,
There we go.
John, you good?
Uh-oh.
Like your
The circle's
turning
lighting
green.
up, but he's not saying anything.
Double uh-oh.
Do 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 do.
Oh.
Oh. Oh. Oh.
Oh no.
Uh,
Roboto.
Oh.
yeah, I
We can
can
tell,
kinda tell. Oh god. Oh my god.
Oh. Kind of sounds like he's hitting a snare drum.
yeah.
I think
Oh god.
what it looks
Whoa,
like. I'm
whoa,
saying
whoa.
Whoa. What the fuck was that? We just heard everything all at
Sorry, Rick?
once.
Am I being gaslit?
No,
right
we
now?
can
Hold
hear
on.
you now. We can hear you.
Sure.
It says
Okay.
you speaking was also being covered up by everything you said beforehand coming at us all at once.
He was
I've been flipping
kinda
bricks since Mansa Musa.
There we
Anyway,
go.
okay. So make sure no one's in the room, and then he's gonna take off his robe to reveal his fucking chiseled physique. JoJo's Bizarre Adventure reveal. That's what it kind of looks like. Folds it, puts it down, and then he kind of gets down on his knees and then holds his arms up and begins a very slow, rhythmic mumbling. And as he does this, kind of this like golden swirl comes out from him and then starts to broaden in area until it covers the tent, and then this kind of slow warmth fills the tent and begins its healing magic as golden waves of light wash over everybody. And the room kind of smells like warm sand and other Egyptian kind of spices.
frankincense.
Frankincense. Yeah.
It you know what, it starts to smell like
Being spirit?
starts to smell like turmeric. That's what it smells like. It starts to smell a bit like turmeric in there.
Okay.
Okay.
Turmeric and warmth, like it smells like a desert as the golden light, the light of Ra fills this tent. And then afterwards
It's not raw.
not Ra, but whoever the equivalent of is.
Well, that depends. Who do you? You can go up in the lore of the land chat if you don't
Ness?
remember.
Jean Ness?
That's
John-
Jean
Ja?
Jean S.
John S?
Ja?
Where if you
Hold on.
introduced this character to Alwyn, he would have murdered you on sight?
Soul. It'd be Soulness.
Okay.
Sure. Yeah,
Wait,
Soulness.
What's Jean Ness again? Wait, hold on. Now
Justice.
I
God
gotta
of
read it
justice.
now.
I'm
That's right.
looking for the god. I'm looking for the goddess of the sun.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is soul.
Soulness. I
Yeah.
worship soulness.
I so do. Never mind. Not gonna say it. Continue.
Alrighty. So Bricks,
Aye.
you go off to some corner of the encampment.
Brooks would probably looking outside the infirmary, look for kind of a thicker trail of blood. Because it stands to logic that if anybody, passed from bleeding out or something similar, it would be like a trail of blood leading off to wherever everything is.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll me an investigation check.
I put Akhenaten's theme in session text if any of you want
Yeah,
to
I'm
listen to
listening
that.
to it.
Slay.
18.
15?
18.
18. All right, yes. With this, definitively, you know that there doesn't seem to be a dumping pile here in this encampment. It's usually bad practice to have a graveyard right where everybody is living and eating.
Yeah, that's why, like, towards the edge, because it would make sense, like, it would be, like,
Mhm.
he would be following it,
You'd
trying to
have to go-
find.
You see it lead up to the riverbed, and across the river you would see there is a small trail made out, and tied to a post there is a small raft.
Yeah.
I don't need that
Oh,
fucking raft. Bricks just gets in the water.
Oh,
Which, if anything,
Oh.
it makes it better.
what's the river current like right now? I'd like to know.
This is a very low and slow river.
Okay.
I mean, plus I have a swim speed of 25, so.
Yeah, Michael Phelps has a swim speed of 6 miles an hour. That dude would still get swept away.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying, like, it would, like, even in a rough current, I'd be able to, stay straight as an arrow, but, like, I could make it to the other side. Is
if you're
basically,
not getting tumbled.
yeah. But, yeah, so Bricks is just going to swim across and kind of keep following the trail.
All right. Deep in the woods, you find a small little burial site. There seem to be several empty graves, but for the most part, the ones that are new-ish have been dead and buried.
Mm-hmm. How deep is the new grave? Like the
It is about, you could probably guess, about 10 feet.
ugh.
Don't want more Alwins walking around.
Yeah. Do I feel Brooks would know about the practice of casting what would it be, funeral rites or whatever it's called. God, what is it called? The cleric spell that makes it to where a creature can't become an undead or anything like that, and all that bells and whistles.
I don't know if you would.
I wouldn't. Okay. What's the dirt like here?
This is down in a low-lying valley. This is like thick clay mud. It is very dense.
So it'd be difficult to dig by hand.
Probably.
Probably almost impossible, honestly.
I'll also say this: it is the late summer, so it's also dried, which can make it harder.
Yeah, because it's basically clay. Do I see a shovel anywhere nearby?
Yeah, I'd say you'd find a shovel nearby.
Okay.
Bricks' size or normal person size?
It'd be normal
size.
person, so it'd be unwieldy for Bricks, but
it'd suck to use.
It sucked to use, but it's better than his hands.
Imagine using a 10-foot pole with a shovel on the other end.
Yeah.
I mean, kind of what it would be like.
The thing is, Bricks doesn't need a wide hole. He needs one wide enough for himself to go down, and just to get towards the head area so he can shove the acorn in.
Mm-hmm.
So
and hopefully climb out.
I mean,
get there when you get
there. Yeah, I'll get there when I get there.
Yeah, I just don't remember how quickly these trees grow.
Oh, they sprout up to saplings almost immediately.
That's right.
So yeah, I guess Bricks is just gonna start, going through the process.
All right. I need you to roll me a strength check
Oh, fun.
just to show.
17. Not
Wow.
bad.
Huh.
Yeah. No.
Actually impressive.
Yeah.
You managed to go ahead, dig down with relative efficiency. It is long, hard work. While
yeah.
17, yes, is a success, it still takes a long while.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, the time you actually get down into what you can assume is maybe a dead body, you're not certain. It seems to be a different texture from what you've been digging up.
Mm-hmm.
But
So he digs through it.
but yes, you have dug down a very deep hole. By the time you are down here, it is sunrise.
Fun. So once he gets down there, and he's just like, okay, Jesus Christ. He's gonna like it. Are we talking like a cloth? What are we looking at here?
They usually would be just wrapped in some cloth and then thrown in the hole.
Okay, so
Kind
he's
of unceremonious.
yeah. He's gonna like kind of pry at the, you know, at the cloth, try to get enough off to where he can shove the acorn in.
Okay, yeah.
Does the body have to be whole? Because if not, then you can just shovel straight through the fucking skull and drop the acorn in.
As far as I know, it has to be whole.
Okay.
So yeah, he's just gonna pry it open, shove the acorn in.
Yeah, no. You go ahead, place the acorn directly in its mouth.
As soon as the acorn's
close it
in,
up.
he's like immediately climbing up with his spider climb boots or his gloves. Like he's out of there because he knows what's gonna happen next.
You feel a small rumble, and then a sprout starts to curl its way out of its mouth, pulling the whole jaw with it up the tree as it starts to spiral out into a small sapling in this grave. By the time you get to the top, you see the reflection of the elven woman in this shovel that is planted at the top of the hole, and you see her look at you with disappointment.
I mean, I did what you asked.
She looks kind of pissed. Yeah, I guess you did technically do it. Fine, I won't petrify all of you. You feel your hand become... You feel your left hand start to stiffen up as you look down, and it becomes solid oak.
Huh.
Don't...
Normally it's stone.
And you see her look you dead in the eyes. Don't forget about my sacrifices ever again.
I won't.
Every third day.
Oh, fun. Okay.
And if you're good, I'll give your hand back.
So, casting spells, right?
Yeah, you're going to be casting spells at disadvantage if it has a semantic component.
So every spell, got it.
Unlucky.
Some. I don't believe all of them.
No, literally
Semantic.
all my spells are semantic.
Oh, rough.
A semantic opponent component.
Yeah. So hand gestures.
Yeah, a somatic component.
Somatic. Oh, you
No,
did.
Not
I
a
see that.
semantic.
Semantics.
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 So yeah, Brix
Oh,
is just
my
gonna
bad.
be like, okay, fine, whatever. Because honestly, this is old hat at this point. Honestly, like he just does not care.
I like to think that so this spell has a sarcastic component. When you say it, you have to sound sarcastic.
But yeah, no. Well, I'm gonna take a look, but I'm pretty sure just like I might have one that is not semantic. I have lightning lure.
Hey guys. I
think
actually need
yeah.
to go. I'll talk to y'all
Sorry.
next week.
All
All
right.
right.
See you, buddy.
Okay.
Night.
Night.
Oh no,
Be safe.
I was just about to say, you guys all meet up. Rough.
Did we get long rest while this dude was digging?
Yep.
Yeah, Bricks doesn't have one.
I would
silvery
say
barbs.
that the amount of sleep that you got would be equivalent to a short rest.
Yay.
But we got long rests. Nerd.
I don't care.
we weren't digging up corpses like a weirdo.
I
Yeah.
was healing them.
So, okay. I
Was
have
healing corpses.
I have lightning lure and silvery barbs.
So like, how does the disadvantage on those spells work? Because like not every spell that has semantics is like a to hit. So how's disadvantage gonna work there? Are they?
I have to roll a
is the-
DC check, basically.
Yeah.
If I roll, I think it's like I roll above a 10, then the spell goes off. If I don't,
It
it doesn't.
fizzles. Okay.
Yeah. And then I have to roll to hit, or they roll to save, or whatever.
Okay. I was thinking they would just like get advantage on it or some shit on the save.
No, it's basically just whether the spell is cast or not.
Okay.
Not.
Or disadvantage on the tides. On your chaos checks, that'd be fun.
God. But
Can
yeah,
you imagine?
Bricks goes into the river, washes off. Comes back.
Yawn. Damn.
Well, if you
Yeah.
guys don't mind, I kind of want Mint to be here for this next part, so that you guys can talk about what you want to do next,
Fair.
which is really rough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Probably
that's
something-
okay.
Come up, so yeah.
And it gives me more time to think about whether Pupae has the mental fortitude to continue.
Fair.
yeah. All right. Well, that'll be it for tonight. Goodbye.
Yep.
Au revoir.
Bye-bye.
All right,
Yep.
stream.
Auf Wiedersehen.
I'll see y'all later.
Jeez.
See ya next time. Bye-bye.